Thank you, guys.
Yeah, make sure the pretty one looks pretty.
Actually, you got a good profile, but it was really you were like shadowing the profile, so you know. But yeah, we'll be right here.
Oh, okay. So we'll flip to that full screen. Okay, and then we can turn around. Okay. Yeah. 10-4. That's where my notes say pillow fighting on them right here. Oops, wrong sheet. Let me switch.
I'm not sure where you're showing that. There you go.
Thank you. Oh, beautiful.
This kid right here. Yeah, he's gonna go under. Okay.
I like the outside shot.
Start anything. Leave it. Leave it. Yeah. Just no. We're ready to step out. Yeah. I don't think they want you in there until like when they start doing the player announcements. I'll tell you when to go.
Welcome to Rock Hill, South Carolina. ESPN 8, the Ocho coverage continues. We have the second year of this dynamic event, the BullShooter Invitational Shootout here at the Rock Hill Sports and Event Center. Maybe a chance for a rematch of last year's final. Alex Spellman and Randy Fern return, and these guys are fired up this morning for some BullShooter darts. There's your reigning champ. Plenty of competitors here to get this thing locked and loaded. Thank you for joining us courtside with Kyle Gordon and DJ Sayre. I'm EvanBudrovich. We have two returners, two newcomers to this competition. What should we expect from the field today?
DJ, you want to talk about the new guys?
Yeah, I think we've got two really new talents, or really good new talents in JT Davis, the younger, really having a great year, qualified for another TV event on the steel tip side, now here on the soft tip side. And then we've got Carlos Arola from Catalonia. I mean, our first European player who yesterday went 5-0 in deciders. So, yeah, it'll be really good.
Yeah, and of course, we've got the two standbys that we had from last year. Could have a rematch, and Alex Spellman has a chance to have his name twice on the trophy in 2 years of running the event. So that's definitely what he's looking for.
Spellman and Fern met in last year's championship match, so this could be a really neat next hour. Let's break down the entire sport for you, because first and foremost, there is some moolah on the line. 12 grand for the winner. The prize money's really amped up this year. This is a competition of what's called 501 scoring, and really go from 32 of the best down to 4. It is a busy week of darts.
Yeah, we ran down the tournament yesterday. We actually only had 24 that actually attended the event. So we got the top 4 that played out yesterday in a double elimination format.
Yeah, and as you said, the prize money a little bit more this year. We're up to 25 grand total given away just in this Final Four, but 40 total for the whole thing. Getting here through the 3 qualifiers and everything. So yeah, lots of money on offer here for the dart players.
So that's what's on the line money-wise. Here's what the sport entails itself. You've seen darts at home, you've played it with your friends, but 501 darts has a unique spin to the competition. First and foremost, the biggest thing to keep an eye on is the double out. You have to win with a double point score.
Yeah, that's where these players' math is going to come into play. So they're going to constantly trying to set up that outer ring to actually finish. So they can't go out unless they hit one of those doubles. So people would be trying to set up things like 40, 32, 24, 16, those to try to finish out.
Keep in mind, in this opening round, it's a best of 5. So you win 3 out of 5, you move on. Here's how the bracket shapes up. Competition yesterday leads to the matchup. Spellman, the reigning champ, he takes on JT Davis, the firecracker, the youngster ready to go. And then the veterans, Randy Fern, that's Carlos Arola. How do these 4 shape up in this competition?
I think we got really good matchups. Alex and JT, like I said, but Alex, he's the guy that has to be knocked off. I mean, the big winner last year, and JT's probably the one that is the hungriest, is the young guy, so he'll be relishing that opportunity to take on the champ. And then Randy, Fern, and Carlos, I mean, Randy wants to get redemption for last year. He already talked about changing his shoe color for this year because he didn't want the same for last year. And then Carlos, obviously coming all the way from Europe, he's going to want to perform well.
There's Carlos Arola, the Matrix, and then Randy Fern Magneto right in the middle. Randy in the power red. That's the color of this competition today. Red Bull, BullShooter, Randy in red. And after a great performance last year, he's warming up now, but he's back to work. And how does he repeat and get back to a fine?
Well, the big thing for Randy is corking well, being able to go first, and then those finishes, making sure that he's counting well. That's something that even before the competition today, he came over and asked how he did yesterday, see if there was any mistakes that he made. He's going to need to sharpen that up and make sure that he's landing on good doubles.
Randy had a difficult bracket to get to this point. He takes on a surprise competitor, Carlos Arola. He's called the Matrix, and Carlos was so clutch. 5-0 in elimination rounds. How did he get to this point?
So, yeah, I mean, you said it, clutch in the decider. He actually lost his 3rd match, went to the loser side because double elimination, and battled back through like 5 or 6 to actually be the 2 seed. He knocked off Randy in that run. So you got to feel like Carlos is coming into this with a little bit of confidence.
So now we get things started. Best of 5. You do have a little bit of wiggle room, but it comes quickly here as Carlos gets things started.
Yeah, we are playing split bull, and what that means is the highest target is the 60 for these players. So we'll see them throwing at that 20 to try to bring the score down.
That inner ring is the triple, the outer ring is the double. Hit that ton 80, that's 100 and do some quick mental math here, 120 points, and you're in a great position, 180 total. That's why I have you two boys here for the math. I'm here for the commentary. And I tell you what,
we got you covered.
Yeah, see, that shot there, we saw Randy kind of moving around the board. Sometimes when these players feel blocked on a certain target, they'll move around. No block in there for Carlos, though.
So now it's Fern's turn.
You've seen Carlos there, 520s equals 100, the low ton graphic. So anything from 100 to 150 will typically be counted as a low ton.
There's 2 triple 20s.
Randy.
Oh, there's the ton 80.
So the maximum score possible right there from Randy on his 2nd turn.
DJ, I saw you jump out of your chair there as that 3rd triple 20 came in.
That's big. We talk so much about the doubles. It's the most important part because you have to finish the game that way. But scoring that way could afford you extra opportunity.
So Fern with that ton 80 now is in a great position.
Yeah, setup shot here for Randy. An even ton will leave him on an out on 164. Oh,
needs another triple to leave a finish. And there it is.
What a response.
Yeah, that's what he needed.
And so what you're saying for folks at home is that score 141, you can achieve it simply in 3 shots.
Correct.
Well, yeah, so the maximum out possible is a 170 because you have to finish on a double, so the double bull being worth 50 plus 2 triple 20s. So you at least need to be below 171 or less in order to finish the game.
And so both competitors get their chance here. Best of 5.
So Randy's not going to finish now. You can't finish 121 and 2 darts. Should be a setup shot, probably trip 15 for 16.
Did you notice that breath from Fern, too? He knew, hey, I had a chance to win it there on that second shot. He couldn't set it up.
Well, and we talked about it a little bit in the pre-setup. Randy, not super solid with the math, but he'll think about it, and he'll actually get to the right shot. That's the important part. You don't necessarily have to know it right away, but you have to be able to do quick math if you don't.
Okay.
Slack turn there from Carlos, not
do you go double 8s here? Do you set up some 4s down the stretch? How do you play this out?
Oh, this is double 8 all day. Now double 4.
Ooh, comes down to this shot.
Game
1 goes to the Fern.
Yeah, Magneto taking leg 1. And one of the things that we can probably embellish on a little bit is the doubles. So we talked about in the opening 40, 32, 16. All of those break down multiple times. So we saw Randy go inside, and that immediately left him to another double. When you shoot at things like 18 and you come inside, or 18 double 9, you've got 9 left and you can't finish.
Ooh,
See a couple of triple 1s and triple 5s, so just outside that target range. Remember, Carlos, if you get to that 5th and decisive matchup, he was so clutch, won every single one.
Yeah, this is definitely a tough format for these guys. Short, so you have to be on your game and be on your game quickly. The other thing is it's loser starts, so it's constantly set up to kind of go to deciders. Now, if Carlos goes down 2-0, it's going to be very tough to bring himself back, and you see a shake of the head there.
That PPD is points per dart on average. You want to be in that 35 to 40 range at an elite level.
Yeah, we will see some players tip above that 40 today when they're really on. But typically around the 40 mark is where players are looking to be.
He just missed his ton 80. That would be a perfect score. 121 total there for Fern. Counting down from 501. This is a best of 5 matchup.
Yeah, Carlos needs to start finding it. He was scoring extremely well yesterday. Multiple triple turns.
The Catalonian versus the Indianan. Laporte, Indiana for Magneto. Big Red Sox fan. He's all decked out in red. You talked about it. It's championship red, much like Tiger Woods for
Tiger
Magneto
Sunday.
today. Tiger Sunday, Ocho Friday.
All right, here's Carlos's chance. Needs to set up a good finish here. He's going to get to a finish, or should. Yeah, 103.
Yeah, solid shot there.
Now, some other terms that we use, if you go first, we call that holding your darts if you end up winning. Randy in the last leg actually broke the darts, and that just means winning from going second.
But in this format, as we said, is another big 180.
Twice.
Come on, Roar. But as we said, loser starts. So Randy not really rewarded for the break a throw right out of the gate. But if he's able to win this one going second, he will be.
Ooh, 64.
Yeah, Carlos not going to get a look in and out. Does set up double 20. But 75 for Randy. Should be looking for a 51, triple 17 for a double 12.
That's the math I was going to ask you about. Not only a physical game, a mental game as well.
So just high now, 58. Should be a single 18 to leave the double 20.
There's the double 20 shot. Oh, Magneto missed it.
Yeah, the rare miss you see from Randy. So Carlos with the opportunity to tie us up at 1 leg apiece.
New life for the Matrix. And he delivers.
I love the of course.
Yeah, throws his hands up like, what did you expect?
Great shot. Carlos qualifying for this event through the European BullShooter. Actually got second in the 501, this exact format, against an American that went over, Dustin Holt,
who was actually in our field yesterday and in our crowd today, but not able to make it here. So Carlos going better than the guy that beat him in the final of Europe.
That's the best part. When the money's on the line, the television cameras come on, who can step up? We're handed out close to 25 grand today. There was a lot of money for these winners.
Yeah, Racknet is doing a great job cultivating the soft tip game. Holding qualifiers, have a regional tour.
Yeah, Randy earned his invite to the shootout yesterday based on his finish last year's runner-up. But Carlos, again, qualifying through the Europe. Another 180, so 3 for 3 in legs for Randy with a 1080.
You want some energy. Magneto's got it. He is locked in today.
Yeah, Randy gets geeked up for these matches. We don't, I think we talked about it last year too, we don't see him very often. He comes out to a couple of the tournaments, but mostly plays blind draws, practices at his house. But when these lights come on,
he said he'll spend 45 minutes a day, 3 days a week practicing. You know, you lock in and.
Well, and it's all about that muscle memory. Randy's played for years. So it's really, you just need to play enough to keep the muscle memory, and that's what he's doing. He's honestly figured it out. So Carlos, even with a 180 here, not able to leave a finish, but would pull back close.
Here's a chance at it. Whoa.
Vamonos. Do you hear him?
I love it.
Okay, chance to close here.
Yeah, this is a big shot for Randy. Even though he can't finish from 176, he needs to set up to put some pressure on Carlos. Yeah,
okay,
that's exactly what he does.
Triple 20s.
So Carlos here with 166. We call this a bogey number. It's essentially a number below 170 that you're not able to finish because the math doesn't work out for 2 triples and a double.
Should be treble 18. 68 if he comes back.
Okay, now the math's important here. 41 for Fern.
So Randy's got a couple options. He can either go 1 for double 20 or 9 for double 16. He elects to go for the double 16 route.
Now he has to get a double 8.
Oh, and inside again. Surprising miss. And Carlos,
2 chances to take a 2-1 lead.
Carlos is going to have a chance to take a lead and put Randy under a lot of pressure to hold his throw.
Last year's finalist, Randy Fern.
And Randy's actually had shots at double in all 3 legs so far. So to lose this one and be down 2-1 would be devastating.
And the double 20 is devastating. Carlos Orola with the 2-1 lead. Best of 5, so it becomes a must-win situation.
Forgetting to set up the board, Randy gives him a little point.
He said, hey, this is how we do it on TV here on ESPN 8 The Ocho.
So Randy now must-win leg here.
What's the advantage now if you're the loser getting that first strike of the first 3 darts?
Well, yeah, the big thing here is making sure that you start well. Both players are going to be trying to do that. A trebleless visit here is not good. Carlos coming off a leg that he essentially shouldn't have won, and he's going to have a lot of confidence.
Well, and we talked about how good Carlos was in deciders yesterday. It's now set up, and there he is with a big 180 open, but it's now set up that Randy has to hope for a deciding leg.
This would be huge. Randy needs to fill it up. He's not going to do it.
Back-to-back 20s when he wanted the triple.
Only a ton. Carlos has essentially stolen the darts here. He's now going first with a 20-point lead.
Two triple 5s and a 20. That really opens the door now for Fern.
Yeah, again, Randy needs to draw on that mistake.
He's had a 180 in every leg so far. He really needs a big shot in this one.
You can tell the body language from Randy. He's getting very frustrated.
And how do you fight that off as a dart thrower when you're starting to struggle hitting your target?
You have to have a short-term memory. Honestly, the last 3 darts cannot affect the next 3.
How's that? I don't see a...
Yeah,
Great shot by Carlos.
Leaves a finish, 137 when he comes back. Randy again needs at least 2 trebles here to get to a finish. Oh, and he's got him.
This is a big shot. There's his 180.
One in every leg.
Highest score you can achieve in 501 darts.
He needs to fade this 137 though. Plenty of ways to go. Probably will start on the 20. Nope, starts down the board. Now he'll just need big numbers.
Ooh. So the door is open.
That's a slack visit. So Randy now looking at 102 to tie us up at 2 apiece.
And to send us to a 5th and final matchup. And there's the mental math coming in.
Yeah, treble 14. Oh, it stayed there.
Had a good marker dart. Typically, you'll have a dart that you can kind of ride in. Makes it a little easier. So with that first dart being a little low, he tried to land right on top of it.
Now, that said, Carlos was deadly on these yesterday. Coming down the stretch in those deciders, there was a couple of pop-pop finishes. He finished 95 in 2 darts and 81 in 2 darts. And here we might see the 96 in 2.
He got it.
There
3
it is.
straight wins for Carlos, who gets his ticket to the final.
Carlos this time setting up the board when he doesn't need to.
The man who was undefeated in elimination matches. Boy, what a finish for Carlos.
Yeah, I don't think the players realize 3 out of 5.
Yeah, it is a best of 5 in
Yeah.
this semifinal round. Both competitors now know it. What a performance by Carlos Aurora.
Look at excitement.
First European to qualify, and now the first finalist here on the Ocho. What a performance.
Yeah, came over, celebrated a little bit there with his compatriot, Jesus, that also participated yesterday. Awesome to see.
So we have 1 ticket to the final. Carlos Aurora rolling the dice. He lost his first matchup, won the final 3. Coming up next, we have a championship renewal. Alex Spellman battles JT Davis. A trip to the finals coming up next. We got plenty of darts here. Aurora to the final. Who will join him from Rock Hill?
Turn my phone off. Well, your log, it has the match on there, but that's
Did you get in? I'm still waiting for it. I've got a different.
Welcome back to Rock Hill, South Carolina, here at the Rock Hill Sports and Events Center. One semifinal down, one big one to go with our reigning champion taking the stage. It is a power matchup for semifinal number 2. Number 1 seed Alex Spellman, number 4 seed JT Davis, and just a moment ago, Carlos Arola took down Randy Fern. So Carlos is into the final. Now we figure out who he's going to play next. Will the reigning champion Spellman get back to this championship?
Yeah, where one story ends, one story begins with Carlos making it to the final. Alex, a lot of success in darts over the last 18 months. Also coming up against the young guy, JT Davis, fellow Ohioan. So I know DJ and I have got some rooting interest there, but gotta see Spellman as the favorite going into it.
So Spellman, the 1 seed, taking on the 4 seed JT Davis. He had a battle in elimination just to make it to this championship round. What should we expect from JT today?
I think from JT, you're going to see some high-powered scoring. I'm anxious to see how he does on the doubling. But as we saw Randy with a little bit of nerves there on the finishing, I think we could see that from JT as well. I don't expect any from Alex, but JT will get his chances.
So JT, who had to win one final match just to play in this round, and it's got to be tough when you see the reigning champion Alex Spellman, the Fuquay Arena native, comes down across the state, beats Fern in last year's final, sees the bracket open up, and it does make you wonder, you know, the championship mindset, the ability to come back if you're Spellman and win once again.
Well, yeah, just talking about the setup of this match, yesterday, once they got to the top 4, you could see all these players a little bit of an adrenaline dump. And I think if JT was a little bit more focused in his last match, he may have tried to move into that 2 or 3 spot instead of kind of losing at the first hurdle after making the show. And I think that would have changed this this dynamic today. But
hey, how about Alex Spellman helping fix the technology, getting the internet ready to rock and roll? So we are ready to play now in this matchup. Best of 5. This will be the first round with JT Davis serving first.
Yeah, these boards actually offer the functionality to load your name into them, and that's what they were doing. So both scanning the QR code to get their name automatically in there. We see the court.
It's the analytics of darts, getting your numbers and your point per dart tracked and being able to track it.
So we see there the court to start, closest to the center of the bullseye gets to go first. That's what they were doing there. Each throws 1 dart. And it looks like Alex did earn the right to start.
Here we go, round 1 of the semifinals. Here's the reigning champ, Alex Spellman.
Now, we did not get to see it on camera yesterday, but the word on the street was Spellman actually hit a 9-darter yesterday.
As did JT. Oh, both players threw a perfect game
rounds,
yesterday.
yeah. Numbers down from 501. You must win on a double point. Think 4, 8, 16, 32, those type of numbers. Math becomes important as you count down.
And both players looking solid right out of the gate, finding a triple with their first 3. So we may get a little bit better of a performance here than we saw in the last match.
Alex Spellman's won over 20 dart tournaments in the last 2 years. He's been a busy man winning titles, and today we're playing for 12 grand for the champion.
We talked about it last year. COVID was actually a huge boost for Alex. Prior to COVID, Alex was competitive, not elite. Alex came out of COVID as one of, if not the best player in the country.
We have 2 of the best right here, DJ Sayre and Kyle Gordon. I'm EvanBudrovich. Spellman with a tough miss there.
Oh, and another slack turn. So big opening here. the cheeky celebration there. Oh, and JT not taking advantage.
Only 40 or 50. Couple of 555s there.
See that 26 point per dart score. A little low for JT in that last round.
Yeah, we see a little nerves getting to these guys. We did not expect it.
There's the 20 to clean up after 2 555s.
Both of these men qualifying for Madison Square Garden this year on the steel tip side. So a giant event. Should be used to these lights and in a crowd.
Solid 140 there for JT. Again, it says low ton. Anything in that ton, 100 to 150 range, considered a low ton. Above a 150, considered a high ton.
Spellman cannot close out this round, but he can make the number really enticing.
Well, it's a transfer of pressure. So Spellman leaving a one-dart finish essentially with 50 now puts a lot of pressure on JT to finish this 71. Perfect first
double
start.
16 here. Second chance at it to take game one.
There it is.
What a stick.
So the dart doesn't have to stick to count. We see there it is an electronic dartboard. So he hits the double 16, it registers but doesn't stick.
I think we're gonna see that dart. Yeah, you see it fall into that double segment.
The tip gets in, yeah, great point. What a response here for Spellman.
Big opening.
So that's a ton 80, the best score you can put up in a round.
We were talking about earlier, like how do you get out of your own head when you see things going sideways, and that's exactly how you do it. You saw Spellman focus in and immediately at the first turn be able to rectify.
And that's a great point, Gordon, because now Spellman has a lead. He's back on the line with chances to even extend this in round two.
Yeah, 3 out of 5, not the longest to format, but certainly enough to forgive a leg. So, yeah, you had one bad opening round. Okay, let's move on, get the second one.
Okay, it's JT's turn.
Yeah, JT needs to find a couple of triples here.
There's one. Make it 2.
Yeah, brings him back into this leg. And we keep talking about these setup shots. So 238 is a great outrange that that you need to be able to set up from.
Ooh, we wanted that last triple 20.
So does find a finish, but not nearly what he would have hoped for.
.263, a tricky one here for JT. Needs to switch away from the 20. So there, he leaves a bogey. That's poor math. It's bad counting is what we call that. So if he'd have stayed on the 19, he actually would have left 167, which is a finish.
Well, we may see a biggie here.
Okay.
Oh, it's not going to happen. Single 20 to leave tops.
Played it safe, went high. If he'd have fell into the triple 20, would have burst his score and went all the way back. So instead, throws high, make sure he leaves a double.
You have to close it out with a double point at the end, so the math becomes important here. This will be too much math, but 68 does leave openings. Now the pressure back on Spellman.
Yeah, Spellman double 10 to tie this up at 1 apiece.
Wow, now a double 5 needed. And there you go. The reigning champ knocks us up at 1 apiece. And a good response there from Spellman in round 2.
Yeah, getting the job done. A little bit of help from JT, but job done.
See the crowd here. A lot of dart players and dart family out to watch these guys.
Tizzle put on a show early with that first round win, but you got to win best of 5, so it's not over just yet. Spellman, who cleaned house in the semis last year and then won in 4 in the title against Randy Fern, who was just eliminated a moment ago.
Yeah, Alex starting to settle in here. And I think JT's going to have to do the same. This, I mean, it's not for the match, but this is a must-win leg for me for JT.
The good news for either of these players, whoever loses, they get to start in the 4th leg. So going first, you would expect to tie it up and send it into a decider.
This is the 1 versus 4 seed. Winner takes on Carlos Arola with a nice run in the earlier semifinal. How about this for ton 80, and he hits it.
Yeah, again, I've been noticing Alex stoic up there, finding that treble very regular.
Needs another leave a finish. Doesn't do it, so just a solid ton there.
That's above the magic number. You're 170 and in. You could technically win on a single three darts.
Here we see a setup shot. So we won't see a ton 80, but could see a ton 40 from here.
A little high there.
Yep, just a ton. But 80.
Now he will get another chance because Tizzle cannot close out this round.
Yeah, the only thing JT can do now is apply some pressure. Breathe down Alex's neck with his score, and that's exactly what he does.
There we go.
Hey, Alex comes to the board now looking at 81, knowing JT will almost certainly take out 64 if he misses.
Who's going to take the 2-1 lead here in this best of 5?
Should be treble 19. All right, 12 or treble. Finds it, so double 13.
Wins it. Don't sleep on the reigning champ. He's now up 2-1. And you're right, because that pressure, if he misses that shot, Tizzle comes back and easily wins that round.
And this is why I was worried. So that was a leg that JT didn't have to win. But here his back's against the wall. If he doesn't win this one going first, this match is over.
So it's either we get a repeat finalist in Alex, or we get an entirely new champion.
I'm not a betting man, but there could be some surprises if the 2 undercards get to the final.
Looks like he's coming down. Another term you may hear watching darts is a cover shot. So it's just as it sounds. The triple 20 was covered up, so they come down for the open bed in the 19.
Those are the 2 highest scores: triple 20, triple 19. There's a big triple 19 there from Tizzle. JT Davis.
Yeah, just keeping Alex at arm's length right now.
Ooh, 2 big misses there.
Yeah, Alex really pressuring himself to polish it up here. But at a leg where there's a lot of parity, the advantage always goes to the guy going first. So JT Davis still with the advantage here. Oh, and he's not going to leave a finish.
Yeah, he's above the numbers, so JT will have to hope Spellman.
So you're probably going to see some high-level math on this shot. Alex will start on the 18 more than likely. Yeah, so there, a single 18 still affords him the opportunity to go 2 triples and leave a finish. Wasn't able to find a single 18 on the miss, but yeah, that's where, and Alex is one of your more seasoned players and has the math figured out to that level.
He's a source code manager engineer. The man knows his math, and he knows how to program big-time results.
It's a big shot coming in here for JT. Doesn't find a treble, leaves a lot to do.
That is an
a tough number to close, too.
That's a big opening now for Alex. He could essentially set up a 1-dart finish.
He's been off a little bit in this leg, so best he can do is 104. He leaves it way out at 144, so could see a bull finish here from JT.
This is a must-win for JT Davis.
He's going to start on the treble 20. Finds it. Should be 14 or treble. And for the bull.
Here we go. Right down the middle for the win. And he hits it.
Wow.
The BullShooter goes center bowl. And we head to game 5.
So now we're going to get another cork. Both players will throw 1 dart at the dead center. Closest to the center will get the right to go first.
Yeah, we see him bury that double.
Gordon, who has the advantage here? The young gun making his first semifinal, or the veteran who's been in this moment?
Well, you asked me after Alex already put in a double bowl, so I'm gonna lean that way to
and who's ever closest gets first serve.
The conservative answer is whoever wins the cork.
Yep. JT flights out, so it will be Alex. regardless, I would have tipped Alex. I mean, the legs that JT has had to win were a shaky first and then a 124 finish. Alex has been a pretty even performer the entire time, so got to expect him to be on that triple again.
The #1 seed in this 5th and final matchup. That's a good ton 40 right there. Putting some pressure on young JT Davis.
Yeah, that's the expectation. 7 marks every throw for the top players. That's what they're going to the board anticipating.
Ooh, 3 20s, but no doubles or triples.
Yeah, not a good start. Alex puts in another ton 40 here, and it's one-way traffic.
And that will allow Alex to get a little more comfortable with JT only scoring 60.
Ooh, the same result here for Spellman. But he does get his triple 20, so a huge separation now in game 5.
Yeah, JT needs 180 points just to tie it up.
Perfectly capable, but can he do it in this spot? Again, only one big triple, so advantage piling on for Alex Spellman.
So this round for Spellman really sets up his final round where he could close it out.
Yep, steady ton will leave him a finish, but he'll be looking for 2 to be in that 120 range.
Oh, we hit the 1. Oh, we can't finish then.
The good news is for Alex, JT on 346 needs at least 7 darts to finish, so that's 3 turns. Alex knows that he'll be back.
Guess who's back? The reigning champ. We'll get a couple of throws to close this out in 2 rounds.
And that's
Good response, though, by Tizzle.
Great 180 by JT, but again, the bogey number 166. So Alex, 6 darts from 180, he'll favor his chances.
Continues to slide left and right, though.
Has a look of a cold-blooded killer who sets up a 45 to book his ticket to the final.
All business. How much pressure can JT put that 45 under?
Oh, and he missed his triple 19. That would have flipped the board a little bit.
Yeah, not enough.
Now Spellman, 3 throws from a championship.
Alexa go for double 20.
Guess who's back? Alex Spellman pulls it out to 5, a 3-2 win. And the reigning champ will take on Carlos Orola for our BullShooter Invitational Shootout Championship. What a performance by Spellman, guys, because he was struggling early and bounced his way back. We will talk to the finalists, talk to the owner of Arachnid, and get us all set for a championship matchup when we come back. Spellman returning to the finals. Orola joining him right after this. Welcome back to Rock Hill, South Carolina, gearing up for the finals of the BullShooter Invitational Shootout. We have last year's champion, Alex Spellman, battling the up-and-coming Carlos Arola here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. It's the BullShooter Invitational Shootout, and man, we've been entertained. We had a 5-setter a moment ago, and now it all comes down to this. This is how the bracket unfolded so far. Arola taking down Randy Fern, last year's finalist. That was a 4-set win, and then Spellman going all the way down to that 5th matchup. Spellman looking to win back-to-back, and there's some money on the line too today, folks. 12 grand for the winner, 7 grand for second. Every dollar counts, and now it's the fun matchup where you can see, can Spellman repeat or can Arola ruin the party?
Yeah, we're going to get to see a couple of guys playing for 5 grand. It's awesome to see. Again, we've got a European qualifying, making it all the way over here to the final, taking on the man. Opportunity to have his name on the trophy twice. Excited to see it. And we are going to see a little extended format here as well.
This is a best of 7, no doubt.
Yep, little extra breathing room. This will be something that the players are used to. This is the format that we played yesterday in the winners bracket.
We also want to introduce the owner of Arachnid Games, Sam Zamuto, who's been so kind to join us. Sam and his Power Red, like his entire company today, for BullShooter darts.
Love the
How about
Reds.
this competition? How about this excitement in this championship round?
Quality, expert, players. We had 32 of the best that qualified, and we're down to 2. That's where we're at.
And Sam, you've been around this sport for over 40 years. You're the Don, you're the Dean, you're the headmaster of Arachnid Games, and just seeing this competition come to life on ESPN, what does this mean for you in this moment today?
It means a lot. We started out with 7 dart machines in 1977, and now there's a couple 100,000 dart machines out there, and almost every single country is playing. And obviously, you can play with remote play. You can play anybody in the world.
And Sam, one thing too, the prize money on the line today, over 25 grand being handed out just in this final alone, over 300 grand handed out throughout the year. This sport is growing at a rapid pace. I love it.
Rapid pace. Yeah, 25,000 today, and over the course of the year, we have given out already $300,000 between, the United States and Europe, because we had BullShooter Europe, and there was about 10 different countries that played over there, and that's how Carlos ended up over in the United States playing here, And there's one league, I think, between Ohio and Spain that plays every other week.
Yeah.
Pretty
And then
cool.
for yourself, of course, you were with Marty McGee this morning teaching the game of BullShooter darts. Now seeing Spellman come back. This has played out exactly, maybe not how we expected, but it's quite a matchup here in this final.
It's a tremendous amount of playing, and they practiced their brains out to get this far, too. Wonderful shot.
Yeah, we see Spellman take the first leg there. Carlos needs to get something started.
He's probably got a little jet lag in him.
He hasn't shown it.
I was going to say.
And Carlos has been unfazed just getting to this round out of the elimination bracket.
Well, if Carlos goes on to win this, I mean, it would be an absolutely incredible last 7 matches that stretched into yesterday to get here. 2 of which against Randy Fern as W's to make it all the way to the final.
So in this round, Spellman's player 2, and then Arola is player 1, if you're keeping track at home. 5-1, best of 7.
And the difference is getting
What a
the out.
triple.
Gets that double on the out. That's the difference.
And that 1080 sets the stage here for Spellman in round 2.
Yeah, Spellman starting off with a really good leg and continuing it on here.
Carlos responding, though.
With
That's
another!
180 of his own.
Whoa, these guys have come to play.
So back-to-back.
Once those vamos start going, then we know this place will be rock and rolling for Carlos Arola out of Catalonia.
Love to see the reactions of these players.
Oh, and Spellman missed his triple 20.
I'd say that's a forced error. With Carlos coming back at him, he wasn't necessarily ready. We do a lot of comparing darts to boxing, and I think Alex just got an uppercut. Slowed him down a little bit here in this second leg.
Carlos down to 81 after 9 darts, averaging 46.67 points per dart.
Ooh, a chance for another. still a quality score. 140 there for Spellman.
Carlos gets his opportunity to tie it up at 1 apiece.
So good at these finishes.
Double 20 for the win. Ooh.
Little bit of a jump. You kind of saw him lunge at it a little bit.
Yeah, there's an element of staying still versus that lean into the shot, too. And this is where Spellman is so special.
Treble 20 for double 18. There's the treble 20, double 18.
And a 2-0 lead for the reigning champ, Alex Spellman.
Halfway home, halfway to that 12 grand.
And DJ, now if you're Carlos Arola, down 2-0 in this best of 7, how important is his third round?
So the third one's super important. He's going to have to win it. But more than that, he now knows he's going to have to win a game going second against Alex. Because even if he wins, he'll still be down 2-1. So really a tough spot once you go down more than one leg.
Spellman in this spot last year beat Randy Fern 4-1. He looks for a back-to-back title.
Looking to go one better. 4-0.
After going 5 in his first matchup, he's trying to make a clean sweep of this, but Arola has been on the board really tough in that second game.
Staying steady on that treble 20.
For folks at home, Spellman is player 2 in terms of score in this round. Arola's player 1.
I will say, I think Carlos has a very good mentality for being in a spot like this. He just plugs away, keeps chucking in triples, and if he gets a chance at a double, he takes it.
I mean, really, you just summed up his entire tournament because he's been up against it a couple of times. We see a 1-3-5 there from him. And when he gets his chance, he goes up there and hits the double.
This is where the math's important for Spellman on this turn, setting up his final round.
Yeah, needs 2 big trebles to leave a finish from here. There's one of them.
Back-to-back triple 20s, his back against the wall in game 3. That's why he's the reigning champ.
Yeah, no, coming up with big shots at every turn. Carlos can finish here. We'll see a shot at the 19s. 4 19s will leave him the bullseye. Doesn't move, tries to find an opening.
Here we go. And delivers.
There's the big bull finish.
Carlos Arola makes it 2-1.
That is a gutsy shot, and then a bullseye. It's a tremendous shot.
Yeah, the bullseye, the double bull, the smallest target on the board. When you see players hit that and you hear Carlos, the Vamonos, again, that is a big shot.
With his back against the wall, too.
But this is the important one. Needs to win going second, so we'll probably need some help from Alex, and Alex not looking like he wants to give it to him.
Winner of this gets 12 grand, second place gets 7, but that extra dough and that trophy and the presentation is worth every penny. Whoa,
look at that.
180 for Arola.
Yeah, Arola not ready to lay down here.
Spellman is player 1 if you're looking at the scorecard.
Goes one better than Alex, but Alex with that all-important start here.
Don't sleep on player 1, back to back.
He left it out there like Jordan.
He did.
That's a reigning champ for you. Now it's Arola's turn, and he hits a triple 20. Oh. Only a slight damper on a good round for Carlos Arola.
Staying with him. But again, we talked about it. Parity in a leg, always advantage to the guy going first.
And here he is.
And look at those averages. Both players above a 50 point per dart.
Wow, 41 now for Spellman.
And again, just outside of that finishing range, so Carlos can't do it. All he can do is try to pressurize that 41.
Another 180 will leave a premium double.
Here we go, Arola. Boom! 3 darts for his life, and the pressure is now on the champ.
Hey, see a big one. Nope, over to the 9 for
double 16. That looked easy for Spellman, who's now 1 win away from back-to-back titles.
And DJ called it earlier, this format very brutal if you go down 2-0, because now, even if Carlos wins going first, Alex is going to have a free chance going first in that next to last leg.
Here we go, game 5 underway.
And I would be remiss if I did not bring this up. So just over the right-hand shoulder of each of those players, we have the woman in red and the woman in the hat. Those are 2 of the best women in the country, both hailing from Florida.
Yeah, they were actually competitors in our field yesterday. The one in the hat, Chris Grimmel, she made a deep run, was only 2 wins away from qualifying for today. So, yeah, those are quality women players there.
And quality women in the field, quality Europeans in the field, adding diversity of all kinds to the sport. That's neat to see, especially on this big stage.
Yeah, Paula Murphy is the redheaded woman there. Yeah, love to see those ladies compete, mixing it up with the entire field.
Between the 2 of them, they were most valuable player for a woman for about 5 years in a row now. Between the 2 of them going back and forth. Tremendous.
Yeah, Sam talking about the MVP for the Chicago tournament, the finals, the world finals. Each year, a male and a female MVP. Those 2, if you want to win it, you got to go through them.
With the owner of Arachnid 360, Zam Zamuda, with DJ Sayre and Gordon Dixon, I'm EvanBudrovich. Big round here for Spellman and for Arola, looking to keep his tournament hopes alive.
Yeah, looking to be one-way traffic here in this, what may be the deciding leg.
Alex looking to be assured the title here, as he's guaranteed another 6 from 139 based on the fact that Carlos way back at 359. Just a very slack leg from Carlos here.
180 would be huge. Oh, he couldn't deliver on it.
Yeah, you see him give it a little extra shoulder.
So Alex knows he doesn't need to take this out. He will be back, but he'll want to, at minimum, set it up or get it done right here.
For the win. The champion is back. Crown him again. Alex Spellman taking advantage. He wins it 4-1. The 2-time champ holding down court. We'll come back with an interview with the champion right after this. Coming up next on the Ocho, Omega Bowl on the men's side across the road in Rock Hill, South Carolina. continuing coverage here on a great day for sports. Back inside the Rock Hill Sport and Events Center, our reigning champ, Alex Spellman, holds court, #1 seed yesterday, and the champion here today. More importantly, the presentation of the big check, $12,000 to the winner. Alex, first and foremost, congratulations. Secondly, welcome back. How did you get to this point? How did you repeat as a champion?
Last year. You know, I got a lot of confidence in last year. I've been traveling to Europe. I got to play in Madison Square Garden beginning of June, and just building that kind of experience is I came in a more confident player this time than I was last time.
Great job, Alex. So, real quick, always the most important question, how you spend the money?
Well, I left my job in April, so it's going in savings. I'm not spending it right now. Actually, it's funding my trips to Europe and trying to do the dart thing. So, yeah, it'll be going towards that.
Hey, take the check on the plane with you. Congratulations, Alex, on the win.
Thank you.
Alex Spellman, reigning champion, takes care of business. Job well done today. What a great sport. BullShooter Dart Invitational, and the reigning champ takes care of business. We want to thank Gordon Dixon and DJ Sayre for sharing their expertise. I'm EvanBudrovich. Omega Ball continues next, but here today, Alex Spellman holds court. A fantastic finish to the BullShooter Invitational. Plenty of action on the Ocho all day long.